currently hold the status of the #1 woman surfer out there right now. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey that has brought you into the position that you are in today?
We just started our season, so we've only had two events, one at Pipeline and one at Sunset Beach on my home island of Oahu. So, we have a long season ahead of us. We have 8 more events to determine who the world champ will be. But I'm very grateful to be in this position after 2 events. And I spent a lot of the off season. We had, 3-4 months off, and I spent a lot of that time on the North Shore training, worked with a really great coach. And I think for me, it was just all about putting in the time, checking the boxes. And this is my 13th year competing on the championship tour. So it has been a lifetime of experiences kind of leading up to this moment.
You've also landed riding with Team Hurley during your journey. Can you tell us how that was when you first found out the news and how it's been working with them?
It's been a dream come true. I have a family of sponsors that is really the dream team. I wouldn't be able to do what I do, travel the world and compete and live my dream as a professional surfer without the support of my sponsors, especially Hurley. And I've been with them for quite a while. They've given me incredible opportunities to create swimwear with them, do some really cool trips and work with great coaches. It's been super fun to be a part of their team.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the projects you've been working on with them, like with the swimsuits?
It's really cool when you have a company that really believes in you as an athlete, but also as a person. And one of my, personal passion projects has been my foundation, More Aloha. And it's all about empowering young women and girls to chase their dreams, to live fearlessly, be kind and compassionate, and live with that aloha spirit. Growing up as a woman, it can be really tricky to navigate womanhood. And we have so many distractions coming at us all the time that I just felt like I wanted to create events and programs that really helped girls to come together and create this empowering community. And Hurley really believed in that, and they wanted to help me create a swimsuit line that helped girls to feel comfortable in their own skin, felt empowered to go out there and do it, and then to have a portion of the proceeds that actually goes back to my foundation really brings it full circle.
Of course, being a professional surfer, that always means constantly traveling, and you're basically living out of a suitcase for 6 months out of the year. Can you tell us how that is? What are your essentials that you always need with you on every trip that you do?
Essential is having the hubby come along. He's
Great.
number 1 on the list. I'm actually just getting ready to leave for Portugal this coming Friday, and I was like, oh, maybe I should start slowly starting to pack. And I always pack Go macro bars because that's my go-to fuel of choice on competition days. Gotta have my Sunbum sunscreen, my Matt Biolis surfboards, my Hurley wetsuits or swimsuits. I think, just what else? I always travel with my Aura ring, which helps me to keep track of my sleep, so I'm recovering well so I can perform at my best. But just all those little things, but especially the husband to keep me in a mentally good place.
Oh, that's great. I was just gonna ask that, how it is being married while constantly traveling and always on the go.
He actually started a vegan soft serve business. It's given him the freedom to travel with me and be there with me and support and stuff. Being married has given me that extra confidence and kind of feeling of comfortability that hey, I already have, I think, everything that I need. I have the love and the support, and no matter the results, I'm going home with this guy. So it's given me that peace and freedom to kind of let go and perform my best.
I can't miss the fact that you are a gold Olympian. Can you tell us how that was when you were basically awarded with that?
I definitely remember the moment when the horn blew in the finals and in Tokyo, and I was in the ocean, and I was it all kind of hit me at once. I was like, wait, did that really just happen? Being a surfer, you just know that okay, there's only so much I can control, and there's a lot that are, the conditions, the judges, my opponents, I can't control that stuff. So I knew going into it, I was very realistic. I was like, okay, this, and this has to kind of fall into place for this to happen. So to see it all line up and come together was super special. It was really cool to be able to represent not only the United States of America, but where I come from in Hawaii, because surfing is Hawaii's sport. And so it kind of felt like a really sweet full circle moment for me to see Duke Kahanamoku's dream come true. He's our ambassador of Aloha, and he's someone who really took Hawaii to that next world stage through his swimming and his performances in the Olympics. It was his dream to see surfing in the Olympics. And so 100 years later, to see his dream come true and to be a small part of that was really, really special.
So do you have any celebratory traditions you like to stick with every time?
It's really hard to go out and celebrate after a long day of competition. Like, I'm usually exhausted and all I want to do is have a nice meal with the people that I love, and maybe, if I'm feeling up for it, a mojito or two is my drink of choice, and a little dance party.
You are a woman in this super competitive industry, and there's always constantly like new people coming into the surfing world, and climate change is such a huge thing, as you were mentioning. How do you prepare to stay upbeat and just working with what you're given?
I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I do work with a sports psych and a therapist. Like, I talk to him all the time. I think it's really important to have that person that you can unload on, that doesn't judge, that has no judgment, is kind of this third party that you can really bounce ideas off of. And so for me, it's something that is a part of my routine. You know, over time, I've definitely redefined what success looks like to me, what happiness looks like for me. There was a few years where I was really struggling competitively, and it got me to like look at like, who am I without surfing? Who am I without my results? Like, and it got me to take a step back and kind of figure out my identity. And I think grounding myself in things that can never be taken away, like family and love and those kinds of things, has really helped me to stay the course and stay positive on this thing.
Any more goals do you have for yourself for this year? Anything exciting you have planned?
Well, I'll be competing for most of the year, so I think we have like a mid-season cut on the tour, and I would really like to make the mid-season cut. I want to make sure that I'm in a state of mind that I'm really like at peace and enjoying everything. It's really easy to get too ahead of yourself, and so just being present in the moment is something that I really want to focus on. We're actually finishing the build of our dream house. And so I'm really looking forward to finishing that this year. And this has been a huge year for the growth of More Aloha in my foundation, and we're actually going to be hosting our first fundraiser in October. And so we're in the midst of like doing party planning and all that stuff. I'm actually brought in our wedding planner. She did a fantastic job with our wedding, so it was like, can you plan the fundraiser? So there's a bunch of different things we're juggling right now. It's super cool.
Lastly, since we are Celeb Secrets, are there any secrets that you'd like to share about your career, or even navigating the world that you live in the society, anything at all?
I guess the biggest thing that I guess I would share with people is like just to encourage people to live fearlessly and authentically, stay true to yourself, and you know, don't be afraid to try something and make mistakes, and just go out there and live a full, beautiful life, and be kind to people. Take the time to listen and hold the door open for someone and ask how they're doing, because you never know, like those little small things really matter. Those are probably the pillars that I've defined for myself, and I actually have become the pillars of my foundation, right? So it's like, live authentically, be fearless, and lead with love.